I thought it was just a shadow, until it called my name. That night was unusually quiet. Too quiet. The rain had just stopped, leaving behind the heavy smell of wet earth. Only one lamp was on in the living room, faint and flickering, as if it was struggling to stay alive. I was sitting there alone, trying to finish a book I'd been putting off for weeks. And that's when it happened. Out of the corner of my eye, something moved. A shadow. I didn't turn my head right away. I told myself it was probably just the branches swaying outside the window. But when I finally glanced toward it, the shadow froze. The silence felt heavier than before. Even the ticking clock sounded like hammer blows in my skull. And then, Juhan, I totally froze. The voice was soft, almost a whisper, but it sounded like it came from the far corner of the room. The book in my hands trembled as a cold chill spread from my fingertips all the way to my neck. I tried to convince myself it was nothing. Maybe I was tired. Maybe I imagined it. But then the shadow moved again, this time slower, closer, like it was crawling out of the darkness, like smoke that was alive. I stood up carefully, my breath heavy. The room felt colder now, the air pressing against my chest. I stepped back, but the shadow stayed right there, always just at the corner of my eye, never fully visible, yet I knew it was there. The light flickered. Once, twice. And when it came back on, the shadow wasn't just a blur anymore. There was a shape there. Talantinandrong. Its eyes glowed white, like embers. I stumbled backward until my back hit the wall. "Why are you calling my name?" My voice cracked, barely a whisper. The shadow didn't answer. It just stood there. Then, slowly, it raised a hand and pointed toward the mirror on the living room wall. I turned, and in the mirror, I saw my reflection. But my reflection was smiling. I wasn't smiling. My chest tightened. The reflection raised its hand and waved at me slowly, mockingly while I stood frozen in place. "What do you want from me?" I screamed. And for the first time, the shadow spoke. Its voice was layered, 1,000 whispers at once, hissing directly inside my head. "You've seen me now. You can't look away." The light went out. Darkness swallowed the room. I heard footsteps, slow, dragging, coming closer. My hand fumbled along the wall, searching for the light switch, but the room felt longer, endless, as if I was trapped inside a place that wasn't my home anymore. The footsteps stopped right in front of me. I could feel its cold breath on my face. Then the light came back on. The room was empty, completely empty. But something was different. The shadow was no longer just in the corner of my eye. It was everywhere, following me, watching me. Sometimes I catch it standing in the hallway or behind me in the bathroom mirror. And every night, before I sleep, I hear it whisper. Closer, clearer, calling my name, as if waiting for me to answer. And I know one day I will answer. And when I'm afraid I won't be myself anymore. That was my story. The shadow in the corner of my eye. If this story gave you chills, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment telling me which part scared you the most. And of course, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next terrifying story. See you in the next nightmare.